I run a little show for you.
Today is gonna be a story time. You already know the title, so you know what it's gonna be about. So, if you're into story times and everything, I don't want this to be a trigger for anybody. So if you have any issues with what this story is gonna be about, you know, I don't want this to be a trigger for anybody. But if you're interested in knowing how I ended up with a murderer, okay, a murderer, a real live murderer, then continue to watch. All right, so let's just start with the background story on how me and this man's met. FYI, don't meet nobody off POF or none of them little online dating places, because they filled with crazies. And just know, don't meet nobody off none of these little sites, okay? They're not safe. So just a little PSA. So I actually met him off of the dating app POF. So if you're like into dating apps and all that stuff, you probably know exactly what it is. Plenty of fish, okay? And in my profile picture, I'm gonna actually insert the profile picture. I have like an Avengers shirt on, and he had like a Captain America onesie in his profile picture. It's so dumb. So I remember he hit me up and was like, oh, you know, you like the Avengers? And I was like, well, I was all fake. I was just like, yeah, they're cool. So that's how we ended up talking. So we was talking on there for like, I want to say probably like 2 weeks before I met him, because I tried to say, okay, about 2 weeks I will know if you crazy or not. Apparently that's not the case. So I was talking to him for like 2 weeks on there. We finally ended up meeting up. He lived in, I don't want to say he lived in Compton, because he was like, well, yeah, it was Compton, because it was like by the Nickerson Garden, so it was Compton. So we met in Compton. He lived there. His parents lived in like this really nice townhouse that supposedly his parents owned. I don't know, but we met. I met his mom that day and his sister that day, who, by the way, said she was a model, but that's neither here nor there. But I met his mom and his sister that day, and their family seemed fairly normal, like just normal people, you know. So he just seemed like a normal person, but like I said, you just never know who you're talking to. So we was talking for probably our whole dating. A whole lot of stuff happened within like the 5-6 months we were dating. Like, it was just a whole lot of mess, okay? So our relationship was pretty cool. It was cool. I mean, except for the day we got pulled over and like they had a whole bunch of weed in the car. On our second date, I met his cousin, his cousin's girlfriend, and then his boy cousin, his cousin's girlfriend, and then his girl cousin. And I remember the police pulled us over and they had some weed in the car, and I was scared. I was just like, oh, we about to go to prison. And I remember his dad coming out of the house, because it happened when we was like pulling away. Like, we was literally about to pull like out of the house, and here go the cops, like pulled us over, and his dad had came outside. The family was a little weird, okay? So I'm just gonna tell you a little side story. So his dad had came outside, and his dad had this weird ass ring on. And I remember like looking out the window, and I see his dad like call the cop over. Where they do that at? So he called the cop over, and I see the cop had this same ring on. And then they just let us go. So to this day, I don't know what the tea is on his family, okay? But if y'all watching, I'm not who you think I am. But yeah. I mean, other than that, except for the fact like they family was trying to get me to go to like some temple thing. I don't know, they was trying to sacrifice me or what. But besides all that, they were like a pretty decent family. Let's see. So our whole dating was cool. I mean, he was a nice guy, but he was always broke, so he was always trying to use like coupons to get us places. I remember, not saying that money is everything, but I mean, if you're gonna invite somebody on a date, I mean, you could at least have the money to get me in the theater, okay? Because he had took me to a theater, and there's like this app, I forgot the name of it, but you get like discounts on like movies and stuff. And I remember his app didn't work, so we was like sitting outside for like 2 hours trying to wait for the after work. I was like, it's cool. Let's just go get like some McDonald's. Because people was looking like, y'all motherfuckers ain't got no money. But, I mean, it is what it is. He lived in Compton, okay? I mean, we lived in the hood. Nobody had no money, so it ain't that serious. So, let's fast forward to all the triggers that I should have paid attention to. I mean, I should have left him way before that 6-month point. You feel me? So, trigger number 1. It was the day we had got into a really stupid argument. Like, I mean, it was so dumb. It was just like, he was sitting outside, like, smoking. And I wasn't, like, a big smoker. So, I was just, like, in the house, like, with his brother and stuff. So, we was just in there watching TV. He come outside, well, inside the house. And he's just like, you're not
gonna come outside and sit with me.
And he got, like, all mad. He's like, you're gonna sit
in here with my brother.
And all this stuff. And I'm like,
you know, I don't need that smell on me when I go home. Like, my mama, the church lady, like, I didn't want none of that, you know?
So he got immediately mad and started socking the wall in the kitchen. And I was just like, and his brother looked at me and was like, yo, I'm gonna take you home, like, you know. So I ended up going home after that. And I should have left him alone that day. So I'm like, why are you getting so upset? Because I don't want to be smelling like marijuana when I get home. Trigger 1. Trigger 2 was the day that, I think it was like, I want to say it was around Valentine's Day, because a little bit after Valentine's Day, we broke up. But trigger 2 was when he shot me in the ass with a BB gun, okay? So I went to his house, just a normal day, and I'm sitting in the living room. This is what we typically did, like, sit in the living room, watch TV, you know? So I'm sitting in the living room, and I'm noticed, like, a little, like, yo, when I say it was like a rifle, BB gun. But at first I thought it was a real gun. So I was like, yo, why your parents got a rifle just chilling in the living room, you know? And he was just like, oh, no, I got that off eBay. It's a BB gun. I was just like,
why you need a rifle BB gun? I mean, who you shooting? What you shooting? I mean, ain't no birds or animals in LA. I mean, you gonna shoot some pigeons? Like, what type of person are you? So
he was just like, no, I just bought it for fun, you know, to shoot at stuff. I should have left, but I didn't. So I'm sitting there, I'm just like, whatever. So for some reason, like, I'm a very playful person, so I just hit him with a pillow. I think that should trigger some shit. Because he hit me back. So we were just pillow fighting, like, hitting each other with a pillow. All of a sudden, like, I turn around and I see this fool with this rifle like this. And when I say he had a straight face, it went from laughing and all fun to just a straight face, like, straight face, serious. He was literally just like, and I'm sitting there like, nah, like,
in my mind, like, he not gonna do nothing. Like, you know, who's gonna shoot their girlfriend with a BB gun? Like, and plus, I'm in close proximity, so it's like, why? Like, why?
So I turn around, you know, thinking nothing of it. So I try to get away because my mind's like, he gonna shoot you. So I try to get away, and I'm running towards the couch to, like, go out, and he shot me in the ass. And all I remember was my life literally flashed. My life literally flashed. Like, he shot me, and I slid down like a horror movie. Like, I thought he killed me. Like, my leg immediately got stiff. I couldn't move my leg at all. And instead of him being like, oh my God, you know, I'm sorry, he just stood there. Like, he just stood there. No emotion, nothing. No emotion, nothing. Okay, nothing. Like, he just stood there. Like, he didn't care. Like, yeah, I shot you. What you about to do? Like, he didn't care. And I was trying to fight back tears because, I mean, it hurted. Like, literally, I had to pull the bullet from, like, under my cheek. Like, that's how real the situation was. Like, I thought I was done for. I was like, my leg is gone. Like, I'm done. Like, this is it. I'm going back home without a leg. Like, basically, this is it. I couldn't move. Like, we didn't talk for, like, a couple of hours. I literally just sat on the couch, and then it was time for me to go. I was just like, yo, I want to go home. So on the car ride there, mind you, I'm limping. I had to limp up the stairs to get my bag. He didn't say, oh, let me get your bag for you. No, I'm limping up the stairs to get my bag. His brother looking at me like what's going on? Like, what's really going on? So I limped up the stairs, get my bag, limped down the stairs, limped to the car. So he's just looking at me. He's just like, you know, in the car ride, I'm not saying anything because I'm mad. I'm mad and I'm sad. Because I'm just like, why would you shoot me? And then I'm just like, why would you shoot me? Like, I was mad and sad. And in my mind, I was just like, I'm never fucking with this nigga again. Like, this, it's over. Like, in my mind, I was just like, it's over. Like, it's over. There's no, like, at this point, I'm just like, you shot me in the ass. We're done. It's over. Like, there's no going back. You're not even apologetic. You done shot somebody and you don't even care. No emotion. You don't care. Like, we're done. Like, how can you do this to me? So I get out the car and he's
like, why are you mad? Like, you mad? Like, you're mad. Why are you mad? He's
just looking at me like he really didn't just shoot me in the ass and I'm not technically paralyzed on my right side. Like, my right cheek is paralyzed. Like, you're really just like, don't care. So I just sat there like like on the bridge of tears, okay? Mind you, when I say my mom, we lived in an apartment upstairs. So I got to climb another flight of stairs. And at this point, it's really hurting. Like, my leg is really sore. So I get out and he's just like,
all right then.
And I was just like, really? I was just like, really? Really? Like, really? So I get out. I got to limp up the stairs again. Thank goodness my mom wasn't paying no attention to me because I'm limping all around the house and nobody's really paying attention to me. I mean, my mom probably like, she retarded, you know. She probably was just like, she dumb. Anyway, like, so she didn't care. But yes, he was texting me, hitting me up. Like, back in the day, I don't know if y'all remember Kick. He was kicking me and everything, and I was just not responding. I was just like, you're a murderer. I'm not answering. I'm done. So we did meet up one time after. Stupid. I feel so stupid. Like, I went over there with like I don't know how to explain it. It's like the cookie pies, like the pies, like the big ass colossal cookies. I went over there with that. And I was just like, no. I got halfway there. I didn't even meet up over there. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go over there, see what he's talking about. But I didn't. Like, I got halfway to his house and I got right back on the bus and went home. Because I was just like, I don't have time for this. This is a setup. He trying to shoot me again. Like, I'm done. So that was that. I was done. He kept hitting me up, and then I just stopped responding. Like, you know, I had some life events happen, and I was just done. I was just stopped responding. I was like, I'm not about to talk to nobody who shot me in the ass and then don't care. Okay, so we stopped talking, and I ended up meeting my fiance that I have now, and we moved. We moved out of LA. We moved out the struggle. We moved out the hood. We moved to New Mexico. We'll get on that later. We moved to New Mexico, and I remember we moved here probably like March. Was it March or April? Like April of that following year. So mind you, I didn't talk to him for probably like a year. That was probably like a year, because we stopped talking like around that March of, was that 2014? Yeah. So 2013 of that year, we and him stopped talking. So like a year. So it was like a year later. So I remember sitting, because we had moved to a motel, moved out here. So I remember sitting in the motel room. He had already left for work. I was just sitting there. And I kept thinking about, for whatever reason, the murderer, like, you know, he kept coming to my mind. Like, his name, his age, and San Diego kept popping up in my head. Mind you, he had moved to LA from San Diego, but he was originally, like, from Florida, but originally from Haiti. So, let's get on that story. He actually had told me that when he was younger, he went to go visit Haiti with his auntie or something like that, and they went out there, and I don't know if like their village or town had got invaded or something, and he like watched his auntie and his cousins get killed before his eyes, and he had like this big old scar down his stomach because he had got stabbed. So I mean, I wasn't affected by the story, but I was just like, damn. Okay, he traumatized, he damaged, but I still didn't let that affect me. See,
all these things happening that I just ignored. Why?
So anyways, long story short, I was thinking about his name and his age, and San Diego. It kept coming to my mind like that whole day. It was just like something in my mind was like Google, 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 and I'm just like, this is weird. This Jesus, this Jesus trying to tell me something. So I Googled it, and I am gonna insert. I'm gonna try to block out the names and everything, but I am gonna insert the article about what had happened. And yes, and mind you, we broke up like around March, and I think he had ended up killing his ex-girlfriend that he was still dating while we were dating. Because in one of the articles, it said they were off and on for like 4 years. How y'all? But supposedly they had dated that year. She had got a restraining order on him, because he tried to hit her. So you just never know who you're dating. Because you know what? In another life, that could have been me. Like, who knows what would have happened if I would have took that cookie to his house and try to reconcile what we had. Like, who knew? Like, that could have been me easily, because supposedly he tried to hit her before. So, I mean, I didn't know the tea on her. I just know, like, one day I was in the car with one of his cousins, and they mentioned her name, and I was just like, they were like, yeah, let's call her Brandy. They were just like, oh, what happened to Brandy? While I'm in the car, and he's just looking at me, he's like,
I'm not with Brandy.
and I was just like, fuck is Brandy? But I didn't think nothing of it. But apparently Brandy was the girl he was dating while he was dating me. But she tried to restrain on him because he tried to hit her before. And this, that, and the third, he ended up just popping up at her house and, you know, taking her life. So that could have easily been me. I feel really bad about the situation. I was shocked, to say the least, because, I mean, besides the whole anger thing, I didn't really think he would be capable of anything like that. I mean, come on. I've seen him let a cockroach run free. So I didn't think he was capable of that. But like I said, you never know who you're dating. I will be inserting the article in the video so you guys can see. But yeah, it's just a PSA. You feel me? There are good people in this world, and there are bad people. In a way, I feel like there's more bad people than good people. You never know who you're dating, so you really have to be careful out here in these streets, okay? So that's my story about what happened, and you guys stay safe, okay? Don't go with the crazy people. Stay from strangers. But thanks for watching my video. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next one.